tell us about People Tree Foundation and how they are providing help to children and women in particular.
We started off with educating children. Our volunteers reached out, in the slums to to just begin. In the beginning, we started off with just doing storytelling sessions in the slums, and through the stories, we started establishing concepts, and we started establishing models, scientific models, just through the story. Because we have seen that when you give data to somebody, it is not retained for a long time, but if you give that same data in the form of a story, it is retained for a much longer time, especially with children. And to make it interesting, we started doing only through stories. The program became so popular that we were reaching up to about 2,300 children across Delhi NCR, and we had about 100. We have still about 130 volunteers who are consistently teaching and guiding children across different slums. We have two physical libraries in Delhi. One has over 10,000 books, another has over 2,500 books. The each and every None of the books are purchased. It's all upcycled. The shelves are upcycled. It's all from people who threw away the shelves. We picked it up, we painted it, we repaired it, and we put it in place. So everything is up. So we are an organization basically. I think we are walking the talk. We are not spending on infrastructure or buying this, buying that. We are just recycling, upcycling, and the second library also, everything is upcycled, and both the libraries actually, everything is upcycled. Books are upcycled, shelves are upcycled, everything else. So we are making sure that children get into reading, more and more reading habits. They borrow books regularly. The fact that just to see a child flipping through the pages of a book itself is very heartwarming. It itself is very overwhelming, at least for me. So that is for children. I have a physical school for children. It's a small one-room school. It's inside Asiad Village, run by People Tree Foundation, my organization. And there we have about 60 children. I think that's the maximum we can accommodate also, given the space. We have math, science, English from academics, and then we have taekwondo. Then we have taekwondo. Music and art. Now in music and art, our kids are showing a lot of interest, and they are able to explore and paint and colors, everything else. But in taekwondo, children have shown extensive result. Our children had an opportunity to play the state level taekwondo championship. They got gold, silver, bronze. They qualified for national level. They got gold, silver, bronze. Then they were given an opportunity to go to play in South Asian championship for taekwondo, and they got gold and bronze. So where 11 countries participated. So I think this is a huge achievement, and I always feel very proud to talk about this to everybody, that all we needed to do is give them an equal opportunity. Or kuch nahi kara. And then they just showed amazing result.
Okay, so there are a lot of foundation and NGOs which face a lot of financial difficulties. Do you face any kind of financial difficulties as well to run the entire organization?
Yeah. So with money, the more is always better. The more money you have, the better it is. Always, for everybody. I have not met anybody who will say, "Oh, that's enough. No money for me, please." There's nobody who can say that. So for me, the advantage is I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a social entrepreneur. What I do is I collect waste from garment factories and boutiques, and I convert the waste into beautiful products like cushion covers. Everything is कतरन से ही, वो कतरनों से ही सामान बनते हैं. And I sell it through my own website as well as Amazon, and that's how we bring in money into the organization. So it's a sustainable business where we generate money. Now, because we are able to make money, I'm able to run the school with dignity. But yes, if I get additional funding, I will be able to sprout 15 schools or 20 schools or even 100 schools, So but one school, there is sustainability, I'm able to run it efficiently. So far, so good.
Okay. So in COVID-19, we saw such huge devastation across the country, right? A lot of people lost their job, women faced domestic violence at home. So tell us how your organization helped all these people to bring them back into the mainstream.
Yeah. So we reached out, for the initial stages, we reached out to about 4,500 families, providing them ration. Every month ka ration we used to provide them. from Gurgaon to Delhi, different areas of Delhi. Jisne jab manga, we have provided. We used to go. Total in COVID, we have covered about 4,500 families. We were supporting. Now there were a lot of families in Delhi. They were stuck because they wanted to go to their hometowns, but they could not go. So a bunch of youngsters, along with our organization, we started sending the families, back to their hometown in flights. So about 600 families went back home because of us, and from here to their hometown where they're safe. So what we did is we did a full COVID check. Number one, we gave them a PPT kit where they wore that, and then we sent them via plane with dignity. ऐसा नहीं कि धक्के मार के जैसे भी करके पहुंचा दिया, not like that.
All these like buses के बाहर.
Yes, and also a lot of films now are made, also documentaries and a lot of films, what difficult times they had faced. So they, about 90% said this is the first time they're sitting in a flight, and they went back home with dignity. That was the second project Suffer. The third project is we started our women from different slums who are already stitching. They started making masks, and we started distributing the masks. We got corporate sponsorship, and we started distributing these masks to to different villages, so that people at least don't get it in the villages, because they don't have the facility to go to a proper hospital and get a oxygen and all of that. They need to protect themselves, full stop. So we started providing masks and sanitizers in the slums. And the fourth thing is, out of the COVID came out our new baby called Vidya Tarang, where we started giving online coaching, online tuitions to children, because that time they were not able to step out. See, our kids, for privileged homes, we had multiple devices. Children had just got back to school within a week's time, But our kids in the slums, they did not have devices, they did not have gadgets. So they went on missing school for a long time. So we started giving them gadgets, A. B, we started giving them coaching. We started giving them tuitions, online tuitions. And they never missed out the school also. So I have tons of testimonials where children cry and share. If it wasn't for People Tree Foundation, they would not be promoted to the next class, and how People Tree Foundation actually changed their life by giving their online tuition and everything else.
So when we talk about women representation in India, they represent 48% of Indian population, but they contribute only 17% in India's GDP as compared to China, which is 40%. So do you think that Indian women are not getting enough chance to actively participate in India's growth story?
Yes, I think our women always tell one thing, ma'am, we don't want somebody gives us money just like that. We want somebody gives us work, because we are capable of working. All we need is just partner with us, because anyway you will need this jacket. Why don't you buy something that I have made? If I've made something wrong, you tell me, I'll correct it 100 times and I'll give it. Just make sure that you are, even if you're buying 5 jackets from a store, at least 1 jacket you buy from us. Or if 5 products you're buying from, some product from some reputed store, or, international store or whatever, some branded product, just buy 2 items from us. Even if you do that, even if your thought process has changed towards doing such a thing, then also the women will get empowered. We will be able to provide work. One of our speciality is we make conference bags. Our women make conference bags. Now these conference bags are very special. The handle will be from upcycled fabric. The pocket we will use is from upcycled fabric, and we give it to different organizations across the country, across the world. Now, very recently, we made for National University Singapore, we made for International Society for Fetal Diagnosis. Again, they have conferences across the world. So, we make the conference bags for them. Now, if in India, organizations reach out to us and say, okay, you guys are going to make the bags for us. And, these conference bags are going to be only made from upcycled fabric, number 1. Number 2, only your women from different slums or different villages will make the bags. Agar ये भी हो जाए, our women will be living a life of dignity, and they will be empowered, and they will have, children will go to school, they'll go to tuition, and a lot of changes will come to their lives.
Okay, so for on a company level, organizational level, do you have any plans or goal to achieve that you have set this year, this is what I want to do?
I cannot quantify it. I can only say that miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.